Hi there, women of influence, and welcome to my isolation home kitchen up here at our family farm. And also a hi to my friends at Oikos, because I think I'll be sharing this video with you too. At the Influencers Conference last year, I shared a reflection on salt, light, seed and yeast, and I'd like to share that with you this week for noontime at the well. Now this is a reflection, so I've inserted a photo and a few moments of silence to give you a chance to reflect on the words I've spoken and whatever the Lord's speaking into your heart before we move on to the next item. Salt and gravel. Salt is like gravel, trampled on if it loses its saltiness. Maybe you know what it feels like to lose your potency, to be disregarded or even trampled all over. Every day they met together in the temple courtyard. They ate meals together in their homes. Their hearts were glad and sincere. Maybe you long for this picture of the first church from Acts chapter 2. And in Hebrews chapter 10 it says, "And let us not give up meeting together. Some are in the habit of doing this. Instead, let us encourage one another with words of hope." Let us do this even more as you see Christ's return approaching. Are you meeting with other believers? Not the ones you are serving, but those blessed people who sharpen you like iron, who help you fan your spiritual gifts into flame, who prevent you from losing your saltiness. Light and the light bulb. Are you trying to hide? Frightened of others' opinions? Worried that you'll mess it up? Or just plain shy? Maybe you've been in the spotlight before and it was just so painful an experience that you swore never again. Maybe you just know yourself too well, know that you are weak and liable to fail. Well, I'm here to tell you, hiding is futile. Like the blackouts of London in the war, you are a lit-up city that cannot hide. Don't dishonour God with a flickering, dull or fading light. Shine for all you're worth. Plug into the Spirit, your power source. Dare to take on the darkness. And when your fragile bulb breaks from time to time, let the Master restore you with his loving hand. Seed. Faith. Tiny faith. That's all it takes to move mountains. Tiny seeds growing into mighty trees that change a landscape and impact entire communities. One seed has the potential to become a forest. One seed has the potential to feed a nation. One seed has all the potential to cause landslides, provide timber for a city of buildings, furnish a palace, become a raging bushfire. You have the potential to be mighty to serve and mighty to destroy the kingdom of the enemy. Don't neglect your seed. Tend it well. Feed it with good soil. Water it with living water. Welcome the gardener's pruning and let the forest of witnesses around you cheer you on until your full potential is reached. Fresh bread. Yum. Kneading the dough, Not so yum. Push and roll, push and roll, push and roll. Building the kingdom is hard work. You'll work up a sweat, probably break a nail or two, pull a muscle, or maybe even dislocate your spiritual shoulder. But it is so worth it for that fresh, warm taste and smell of fresh spiritual bread. So worth it for the family you are feeding, right? But that can be hard to remember when you're in the slog of it. Push and roll, push and roll, push and roll. You can get distracted by comparing yourself with the other bakers in the kitchen. Am I as efficient as them? Does my bread rise as much as theirs? Remember that you need the bread in order to prove it. Kneading the dough enables the yeast to prove the entire dough. It's not about proving yourself, but about proving what God can do when He is present. It's about proving God's faithfulness through your own faithful service. So let God prove Himself to you in the work you do for Him and to your entire sphere of influence. Well, I hope that that little reflection has given you some things to ponder, some things to chat with the Lord about, and an opportunity to refine your influence where God's placed you. Blessings for the week, and I look forward to seeing you all again at Women of Influence noontime at the Well next Sunday at noon.